The NFL Combine is underway, and we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears meetings with players, not the specific players themselves. That will come a little bit later on. But right now, I want to look at the position groups that they're really targeting, the implications that means for the upcoming teams, and potential trades that could happen with the Chicago Bears. Starting off with who the Chicago Bears are looking at, they've been looking at a lot of defensive players. 14 out of the 16 players they've taken a peek at have been on the defensive side of the ball. But the two on the offensive side of the ball are, in fact, quarterbacks. So what does that mean for the offense? Well, it seems like DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, all of those guys, they're going to be good to go in this upcoming season. And the Chicago Bears have faith in them. Hopefully, Rome Odunze and Luther Burden learn to catch passes, and it will be all good on the offense. But the one position, the quarterback position that they are looking at, I don't think it's because they don't have faith in Caleb Williams. I think it's because the rumors and the speculation about Tyson Bagent leaving the Chicago Bears for another team is quite plausible, and they're trying to bring in a young guy to replace him. So as much as I hate to see it, Tyson Bagent may be leaving the Chicago Bears in this offseason. But like I said, 14 out of the 16 players are going to be on the defensive side of the ball. One of them has been a safety. Two of them have been linebackers. So that tells me those groups are fine. And I don't think that's any sort of implication that Tremaine Edmunds is going to be staying with the team. I think the Chicago Bears more so have an overall good feeling about their linebacker core, despite whether Tremaine Edmunds is there or not. I think they think the group itself is fine. And they did pretty well this past season, despite all of the injuries, including one to Tremaine Edmunds. So we'll see what the Chicago Bears linebackers look like this upcoming season. But what they really looked for is guys in the trenches. Half of those players that they looked on defense, 7 out of the 14 were on the defensive line. I think it was 8 out of 14 actually. But either way, the Chicago Bears really paying attention to those trenches on defense. And I think that's the strong point here, because you look at the team right now, and yes, Montez Sweat was hailed as some sort of hero of the defensive line, and he just has not lived up to that for the Chicago Bears. He's been pretty mediocre, and I get it. He's on there by himself. There's no true talent around him. But Myles Garrett, yes, a guy that's in his own category, he's putting up over 20 sacks a season with nobody really around him. So Montez Sweat, if he was really a playmaker, if he was half the player that Myles Garrett was, we would see him out there with at least double-digit sacks consistently, and that's not something you could say about Montez Sweat. So building up those trenches is a good idea for the Chicago Bears, but the big surprise is 4 of the guys that they've looked at have come from the cornerback position, and I think that's just looking for some stability, because Nashawn Wright, kind of difficult to watch in coverage. Tyreek Stevenson and Kyler Gordon also suffered a lot of injuries in their first few seasons as Chicago Bears, so just trying to find somebody to be on the field, I think, is the big ask for the Chicago Bears. Also, the Chicago Bears trying to get a compensatory pick for Ian Cunningham going over to the Atlanta Falcons as their GM. They're disputing it with the NFL right now, but as insiders have speculated, it seems the Chicago Bears are not going to be getting that draft pick. But we'll see what happens in the near future.